All my life, waiting for somebody. Come and take my hand. All my life, waiting for somebody. Whoa, yeah. Down for so long, doesn't really matter. The downtown home, been kicked and I've been spurred. You come along, doesn't really matter. I'm going alone, doesn't even hurt. All my life, waiting for somebody. Oh yeah. All my life, waiting for somebody. Oh yeah, whoa yeah. All my life, waiting for somebody. Oh yeah. I'm waiting for the day, waiting for the day that you come my way. Hey, hey, uh-huh, uh-huh. I've been drove down deep. I made a big decision. I'm going to sleep, and I'm going there alone. I know damn well I'm tired of all this crying. On my feet, so fast as I can tell. I'm waiting for the day, waiting for the day that you come my way. Somebody, 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 oh, somebody, oh, waiting for somebody. Oh, how, oh, how, oh, how, for somebody. Oh, how, oh, how. I'm waiting for somebody. Oh, how, waiting for somebody. Oh, how, waiting for somebody. Oh, how. Hey, hey. How, hey, 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 hey. Yeah, that's right. Know you. Hello, hello, douche. Can he know you? Yeah, that's right.
Friday night, what you gonna do? Say you go. Grab a phone, grab a beer. It's time for Timmy's show. Help me get it, young boy. You might be Timmy, he might some yeah. It's time for the TV show. He don't say much, but you never know what you might see, what you might hear. There's only one tonight to remind him he's a queen.
Paul looked down and come over with overhand right.
Wow.
Right on Tyson's nose. Good shot.
Good overhand right. Yeah, that's right. Yes, indeed. Good overhand right. You knocked me right out.
Kamala wouldn't have this conversation. She can't because she's not
No.
smart. You know, she's not a smart person, by the way. She can't have this conversation. And Biden, we don't even have to talk about it. I mean, he couldn't have this conversation.
He's an Asian guy. Huh.
Hey, Jews!
Thank you. Ryan A. Thanks for the $2. You take home chip and salsa in your too small coat. You know what, Ryan? Ryan.
It's just awesome. That's a funny thought,
Right.
at least.
Hey, Ryan, it's what? It's funny?
It's a funny thought, at least.
Yeah.
Just as awesome.
But Ryan, you got to choose me or Vince. If you want to just be Vince's boy, then be Vince. But you can't have it both ways. Because you want my love, but then you want to fucking trash me on Vince's show. So I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't give a fuck what fucking Vince says. I don't need anybody's money. I'm doing fine. I'll block your fucking ass, Ryan. I don't need your $2 fucking super chat to chip me. You hear me? I'll fucking get rid of you right the fuck now. And you'll never be fucking writing shit to me. That goes for you too, fucking penis wrinkle. You're fucking talking shit about me on Twitter, penis wrinkle, when you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm sick of these fucking losers. Anonymous fucking pricks. Hey, I'm no coward, Quad. I fucking come on here. John fucking Melendez. That's my name. I don't hide behind a fucking fake name like the Quad Father or something like that.
Yeah, my name's very hard to look up. Apparently, everyone else has found it no problem. And it's
You know
out
what's
there
weird,
everywhere.
Bert? I don't even know your last name, which is so funny. I have no idea what it is.
Bye, Eagles, bye. Haters gonna hate. Winning this game, you ain't. No, you, Philadelphia Eagles. No, you. Bye, Eagles, bye. Yeah, that's right. I never cared much.
Oh shit! See my shirt? Old Timers Day. Yeah, that's right. No, you. Which was recently I was watching. Was it 11 a.m.? I think it was Sunday or something. Yeah, I think it was actually Saturday or something like that. I think it was a Saturday. I was watching it. It was fucking great. Okay. Oh. Okay, is that the right spell? All right. All right. All right. Yes, I was able to edit a post. That's the great thing about having the paying for stuff. You get to edit your posts instead of just doing it again. That would be stupid and waste of time. Well, that's the first hour I can edit. This is why I'm spending extra money. Well, that's the good thing. Nobody else gets to do that. I wanted to hashtag the New York Yankees. Yeah, that's right. Oh, damn. Yes, this is the team that reunited. Yeah. Yup. Suck it, Mets. Yeah, that's right. The guy that could not be there, the captain, well, you know, his Yankees family was having a baseball game against each other. The real family, there was a thing. Right. So his immediate family had a problem, Dave Chappelle would say, and he could not attend. So he went to the party, the dinner, and the hangout session the night before. Yeah, I'm sure the captain held court right there, and a family emergency held him from attending the game and playing it. Yeah, man, I saw a bunch of the guys come out. They had Gooden, they had Clemens, and all the old 70s guys like Mupanella, and they had guys like Mickey Rivers and Chris Chambers as the 2000 pitching coach. So, yeah, and Willie Randolph was the third base coach. So you needed those guys, and then, you know, they want to play with guys on their that were on their team. They had the Bucky Dent. I'm like, I don't remember him being a coach in 2000, but you got the coach 2000 guys. You got to have some of the other guys. So wow, if I don't get to play with Lupinella. I'm going to throw catch with my old teammate, Lupinella. That's awesome. Right, because they got to have that guy. It's a got to. They got to have that guy. But that's why that guy showed up. Right. I had to hit the can, so I had the game on loud, so I couldn't see the pennants. And even Joe Torre come out and a few other people. I saw Posada, Roger Clemens, and Dwight Gooden, and a few other people come out. When they're bringing the heavy hitters out, like Paul O'Neill and all that, I could only hear it. I wish I could have watched it, but when nature calls, you just got to roll right out there and hit it. But I had it loud. I didn't have the door completely closed. Nobody was here. So I could hear it. Right. But some people, they go through the description and you know who's going to be standing there. When they describe Tino, I'm like, I know. I don't even have to see the picture. That's him. Same thing with Roger Clemens, the Rocket. I'm like, I know that. I know that description. I know who it is. It's the Rocket. There's only one person that has that description. Same thing with Tino. Yeah, that's definitely him. Same thing with when I heard an intro when I was on the can. I know I went have to look. I'm like, that's O'Neill all the way. There he was. I think Cone was the last guy I saw. And then I really had to go. No, actually, he wasn't, now that I remember. I miss seeing Cone, I mean, yeah. I don't think Wells, maybe Wells wasn't available. No, I don't think Wells was there. Wells was more like, I think 96, 98, probably 99. I think he's gone by then. Went to another team. But, that's what happens in baseball. Right. He had the perfect game in 98. That's what happens to these stars. They win some championships. Then another team is like, we got to have an ace like you, man. You're the David Wells perfect game guy. We'll pay you that much, millions of dollars. You got to go play with us. That's what happens. They get big paycheck and they leave. That's what happens to them, right? The Yankees are like, well, we can afford your big perfect game salary now, man. We're glad you're with us. And by 2000, he probably cleared out. But, he's with them for a few. That's just the way that goes. Right. Whatever it was one or two or whatever. Could have been three. Maybe it's just two. Right. Yeah, but, no matter who came through in that whole run, they're awesome. But they had players that were later too, like Johnny Damon came by for Old Timers Day. They didn't have that many catchers, so John Flaherty was probably the only catcher that showed up. Right, so even though he's not class of 2000, 2003 and forward, they'll take it. We don't have a lot of options. How many catchers showed up? Right. This is where the interviews of people prior, I missed some of that, but I caught the tail end of that. That was interesting. They're sitting there, they're interviewing Jorge Posada. That was great. I mean, I love when they do it. That it's all build-up. And they took a moment to talk with Clay Bellinger and Cody Bellinger, current Yankee, and his father, 2000. Yeah, that was one of the championships he was part of. Man, he was in two. That was one of them. That's special. Right. Some championships had different people. Some players moved on to other things. It's all true. Yeah. The guys that hit against Clemens when I was watching the game, I didn't pay attention to the whole entire game, but I saw most of it. Right. They only played for like 30 plus minutes. With the build-up, Right, it comes out at 11:30. Right. You start meeting everybody at like 12. Right. Right. Introductions, everything, right. They really only play maybe 40 minutes tops or 30. That's not that much. They're not playing another team, they're playing each other, which is cool. Yeah. Some guys, I think somebody singled off Clemens. I don't think I don't remember if anybody hit Pennant. I don't think anybody did. Well, he's hard. He's got some smoke. Even at this age, still got the smoke. Right. It shows he keeps up practice. Well, it's kind of like people that play guitar. Right. Some people that don't even play professionally anymore still play guitar. Because it's kind of like a force of habit. I used to be in band and all that, but I still love playing guitar, practicing other people's songs. Write for other people, man. That's what I've done since those bands broke up. Right, those are probably former guitarists saying that. Right, it's just like a former baseball player. Yeah, that's what I used to do as a professional studio and then in a band that was somewhat successful. Back to the studio and then got old, still playing guitar. I'm sure that's what they do. Same thing with retired baseball players. You're going to do it just to have practice exercise, play catch with your kid. Right. Or kids. Whether they go on to enter your business or not. Right. Not everybody's going to be the Boones or the Clays. I mean, the Behringers. That's what I meant. One of them was named Clay. Right. Some people don't go into that side of business. Well, some do. Some were the VP and their child goes into stuff like broadcasting, like interviewing the legends she has a connection to, which is great. I actually like her show. My favorite number. The story of my number. It's innovative. It's great. You have the connections. It's up to you what you do with it. Right. You create something awesome. You have done the right thing with it. You don't, then not so much. Well, Dad Cashman was always awesome. So why wouldn't Gracie Cashman chip off the old block? Be awesome. Yeah. Just like Dad. Awesome things behind the scenes for him. All right. Let's copy it. See who's out there that would like to talk about Old Timers Day. Any Old Timers Day in the history. And the recent one with the 2000 class. And some help from the 70s. And a little bit beyond the 2000 class too. With Johnny Damon and a few others. John Flaherty. And was anybody else there that I could think of from beyond 2000? I don't know. Sabathia might have been there. Maybe. He's in there. Definitely the guy I interviewed on the sports network I'm on. Chamberlain did not show up. Anybody that ever played with them could have showed up that was close to 2000. Right, 2009. Right, because they didn't start in 2009. They started a few years earlier, and they were still there in 2009. Right. Right, so the core four helped guide them. Right. So, right, but whoever was available showed up. Right, and Jeter was the only guy that made a video. A guy like Jabba wouldn't have to because he wasn't 2000, so he wasn't necessary. Like, that guy's not going to be here, but he was on the 2000 team. Extras like Johnny Damon and John Flaherty. Of course, you're going to have those. Right. All that showed up, 2000 or not, were welcomed. Right. All the 70s guys. I mean, I love sitting there and they go for Chris Chamberlain. Yeah, the guy that had the hit, they got him back in the World Series when George Steinbrenner first owned them. Right, in 1975. That's the guy. And then he was a hitting coach. Well, that guy knows how to hit. I mean, he had the big home run. They got him back in the World Series. George was like, I knew we were going places. Yeah, that's right. Right. She got the players. Of course, Mr. October isn't going to be there because he's Mr. October, biggest star of them all. Yeah. And plus, having some guys that were hitting coach, third base coach in the 2000s, they're going to name the guys that they're really good friends with. Maybe they're not friends with Reggie. I mean, Reggie went Hollywood and all that. You become a big star. Sometimes you distance yourself. It's just the way fame comes. Right. And maybe for decades, he's not really close to those guys that much. And maybe he had like card shows and all that, and he couldn't do it. Right. It could be that. Who knows? Maybe he's out of the area. Not available. Right. Maybe Reggie doesn't play anymore. Some people don't. Who the hell knows what the biggest star of that 70s crew, Reggie Jackson's, doing? Maybe he wasn't invited. Maybe he's not friends with Willie Randolph or Shameless. They're the guys that were coaches on that team. So, I don't know, man. It's great that Lou got invited because Lou was the manager of the team they got Paul O'Neill from. Right? Take a page just from the murders rolling up Yankees, getting a guy that has one. Not just one. Good in. Jose Canseco at some point. Strawberry. All those guys want him. True, Jose with Oakland, but the rest pretty much for National League teams. Giving them more of that edge that Joe Torre brought on down. Yeah, I miss his intro, as I said before, which is all right. It is. But the game was enjoyable. And you watch those guys toss the ball around before they play. And that was interesting, too. All seen them play catch, the groups of people that were playing catch. I mean, I don't think all the pitchers got up. I don't think I saw David Cone pitch. But you saw him play catch, and that was great, even if all the pitchers didn't get the pitch. They all got to play catch, and that was great to see. Yeah, see all of them together again. That was great. Well, the fact that they all had a nice meet-up at dinner the night before, everybody's in. Even if the next day the captain has his own immediate family emergency and can't make it, at least he came on tape, told everybody, yeah, I can't make it. Be a satellite. That's cool. He's probably there that evening, holding court at the dinner. Yeah. That would have been a room I wish I could view for a minute. Yeah. One could say that. I'd say when it comes to releasing videos, before I get back to this, you can put one a day in any server you want. Then I just don't share them to the servers, because then people be like, how many more videos is this? This is already enough. Any server will say that. What's up, dude? Right. or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. So all servers will say that. So I just let organic views come to all other videos. Then you can put as many out as you want in a day. Right. Well, I thought the bad religion was enough for the rest of the day. And I thought, if you don't get views, because that's the beginning of that pop sound, the overnight will bring views. Right. And then I've got a food review of lately. Right. So I'll pop that next. It's been a while. And then I'll pop in the interview Man on the Street Part 1 before the show. I didn't have to do a bunch of videos. I got 2 people. And I asked maybe 4. All no's. The guy with credentials, dropping names, working with RZA and all that, if you pay attention, he was person 3. I was going to ask 2 more. Right. 2 people said no. He's like, yeah. He's leaving anyways. Right when I ended, the guy asked to interview him for real, and then he said, I'm not here to see the bands. Right. His friend does lighting for Bad Religion. So that's what he's there to do. Okay. I'm saying that, yeah, so he's there to hang out with his friend while he did the lighting. Maybe check out Bad Religion's set. He would. Yeah, he'd be there. He was there for the whole thing. Right. He used to manage Motorhead, so that would be interesting. Some point, probably early fall. Yeah. I got to do a little research, and I got a couple more interviews lined up. I got 3 lined up before November, so I'll try and squeeze them in the middle. So Butterbrain, the band, then that Michael guy who's working with RZA, and he managed Motorhead, right? Then Ron Keel and Rick Fox. Just got to join Ron's Patreon, which I've been putting off. So I'll join his Patreon beginning of next month. Then I'll have that meeting with him. It does it for everybody. You join, you get a meet and greet, Zoom. I'm not going to let him leave until he agrees to do an interview. Well, I'm not going to force him, man. I'm not going to hold a gun to his head, but I'm going to say, come on, man. Rick thinks so. He was your bass player at some point in the 80s. He's your bass player on some projects now. Right. When you do you're back doing Steeler stuff. He already said, yeah. I'm doing research into you. Well, Ron now does country. He also does the heavy stuff. Still does rock and heavy rock and hair metal and all that. And he likes country. But, lots of people like that. I like that. All right, but Old Timers Day. I'm wearing an Old Timers Day shirt. I got at the flea market a few years back. Right. But, when it ended, I saw the last couple intros of the Yankees coming out. And I finally saw Joe Torre. Oh, man, at least I got to see in the end. And they're just showing fast after the Old Timers game ended. That's good. I like seeing guys hit against Pennant a little bit. I think I saw one guy get a single against him, maybe, but I'm not sure about that. He worked really hard to hit guys for striking out that played against him. These guys can hit like Paul O'Neill and shit. Pennant's got the smoke. He can bring it. Yeah. I ran out of time. I was going to maybe catch up on Coach Eli and Lycan Fury Court. Anybody has information on that, you could take the link in maybe 10 to 20 minutes, and then we could talk about that. So I don't really have much else. I might put together an improv puppet show. Right. I was going to maybe make that part of the puppet show. But, you don't look at a Showtime Lycan recently, then you won't know what's going on there. If no one else has, that's fine. You can also bring some possible news and drama land I don't know about briefly for a few minutes. Then we can just bullshit. The only thing you could talk about is the new Sunny. I haven't seen it yet, or all of it. So I'm finishing the episode, so I can't talk about it. Maybe next time. Yeah, so I'm catching up when I was on vacation. What I've seen so far, I was laughing. It's funny. Anybody that likes King of the Hill, new stuff is funny. New Beavis and Butthead hasn't happened yet. Their season happens soon. When that happens on Comedy Central, I'll be watching. That might be funny. I'll have to see. When I'm Paramount, they would have new episodes. So those new episodes were really funny. I was enjoying it. I was laughing my ass off. Even when I wasn't high. Right on, man. But, you know, that's a few years back. We'll see if Mike Judge still has it. He probably does. He does for King of the Hill. It's fucking funny, man. I'm laughing. You know, I fell off South Park at one point a few years back. I'm like, all right, it's enough, man. Then I watched a couple new episodes on the man. It's really funny. I was laughing. I would have been laughing that hard, even if I wasn't stoned. Yes. In fact, I watched the last episode next day, sober. There you go. It was still fucking funny. So I watched one episode stoned, watched the other episode sober, laughed just about the same amount. It's fucking funny. It's not just I'm stoned. That's why it's so funny. No, it's fucking funny. It would be funny whether you're high or not. Right. I tested out both times. It's great. That's great pop culture news. Nobody has to come out. I can check out Lycan and the status some other time. Or whatever else is happening. Just find out in voice chat. That's fine. Right. Then they don't have to hear that we know what's happening. Right, then they won't be. They're talking about us. Then they call us a bunch of F-bombs, the gay slur. What bunch of losers. Right, we can just do that in our own Discord. Right. Right, then we don't have to talk about them. We can just talk about them behind closed doors. And if I think, like, when you talk about the trial, what Eli's saying, all that, it's interesting, then I'll talk about that when I look into it. Nobody has to bring me that news or anything else. I was just saying that since I see you're here, Ross. That's and in other news, I am having a meetup with Jimmy and Bobby from McNastycast. Yes. So that's happening. Can't say why that's happening. It's a surprise from somebody in the X audience. That's right. Oh, man. Oh, man. Might be hard. Shame their phone call could not be answered. All right. Anybody that likes the Mets? Oh, man. Right. It was a reunion of this class of Yankees. 2000 beat them in 5 games. Mets only won 1. Pathetic. Get them a medic. All you won was 1. Come on, man. Freaking Mets had no chance in hell. 1. You didn't even make a series. 1, you might as well not have won any. You You even put up a fight and win at least 2. Nah, you went out just like a beta baseball team, only winning 1 game. You didn't even make it serious by winning 2. Oh, you bunch of Mets, you bunch of Queens clowns. And this is when you're Mike Piazza. Right, and that guy is awesome. Heavy metal dude playing baseball. Cool as hell. And you still couldn't get it done. Damn. You almost as weak as Blink 182. Yeah, man. Compared to like the Descendants. Yup. The Descendants are the Yankees, and the Mets are Blink 182. Shit on a stick. They suck. Right. Lots of girls like them. And probably a bunch of lame-o men. That's it. Oh, hold on. A skateboarding snake likes them, but you know. He can't help it. They're part of his childhood. I mean, maybe a cooler cousin. Maybe if he had an older sibling that was cooler, could have been like, oh, that's nice. It was part of your childhood. Here's some real punk, like the Misfits. They would walk up to Blink 182 and beat the shit out of the whole band with their guitar. That's what those guys would do. That's how much more, I don't know, cool and tough they are. I'm not going to use the word alpha, even though I use the word beta. All right, so, right. They would definitely have kicked their ass with their guitars. Oh, Yurdy. Guys that think you're making punk. Funny. You're really making punk influence pop because you fucking suck. You're probably punk on your first album, right? Right. Yeah. Aren't they all? Thank you. Goose was amazing. Yeah. People have said in the past I look like Frank Zappa, I look like Elvis, now I look like Goose. I love it all, man. Bring on the other celebrities I look like. Somebody once said when I started looking, I look like Mike D of the Beastie Boys. That was the much younger version of me. I'm like, that is fucking awesome. Who doesn't like Michael Diamond? He was the shit. I've been told that too. Sometimes I've never had a hat that great, almost that great, and I never had my hair quite that long with the mustache the way he had it. Right, so I couldn't completely go to Lemmy. Yeah, but I definitely had Frank Zappa when I had longer hair all the way, man. Frank Zappa was awesome. Did you watch the Old Timers game that they had recently? Yeah. I love seeing like Bernie Williams. That being announced, and then you see him come out, and you're like, "Oh shit, it's Bernie." Yes, Sean. Nice. Right here. I'm saying, Ryan, did you actually watch this game? Give you a link, homie, or you can scroll up. Either way. This was amazing. I mean, sometimes I miss the Old Timers game. Hold on. 2000 reunion. Shut the front door. Totally, man. Totally. Well, wow. It's long hair Johnny Damon. It's like headbanger Johnny Damon. Does Johnny Damon post baseball start heavy metal band? That would be cool. That would be cool. Like interviews after the old timers game. Didn't you guys hear? I started a heavy metal band. Yeah. That would be cool. That place got the long hair. Started a heavy metal band on the weekend while I was trying to begin a broadcasting career. Right. That would be awesome. Why do you think I have the long hair? But, you know, broadcasting with short hair. Not all. I've seen some long hairs in sports broadcasting. Yeah, that's right. I'll just get rid of the facial hair. Yeah. So, being a heavy metal band, nobody said you had to have facial hair and long hair. No, some have, some don't. Right. That's the way that is. Yeah. That would be cool. Rivera was there. Enter Sandman definitely was there. Yeah. I went out of school to see him play catch with people. That was killer. I love that. It's kind of like during commercials I closed my eyes and it kind of feels like, you know, the Blues Brothers movie where it's like I'm putting the band back together. Right. And some people are like, you got me, man. I'll play. Right. And some people you gotta work on, like Mr. Who's the big horn guy? Mr. Fabulous. Right. If you don't join us, we will be at this restaurant, breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day of the week. All right, fine, you got me. I'll play. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like that. That feeling like, oh man, they're putting the band back together for just one performance. Yeah, that's right. That's how it had that feel. And you know, the coaches brought their friends, so there's extra band members. Like Whoopinell on the saxophone, extra band members, right? If it's a band, that will probably be him. Right. And then like Bucky Dent on the slide guitar, right? If they're musicians, that would be that. To this class of musicians, these guys were in the band before those other guys. Well, the original member of the band was passed on, was in the band for decades before these other guys were in. Could be one of those passed down from brother to brother, and then son, then father to son. That's the kind of band it is, because you know it's the Yankees. Right. Sometimes it's passed down from father to son with the Behringers. Clay, Cody. Yeah, that's right. No, nobody's ever said Wade Boggs. My favorite pop culture moment in the history of Wade Boggs is him getting pantsed on Cheers. It was really him. It was really him. You can't make that up. Nobody else looks like Wade Boggs. And it really was Wade Boggs. At that point, I knew who Wade Boggs was when I was watching the reruns. Definitely was Wade Boggs. Yeah. At that point, he definitely was playing for the Red Sox. Yep. Yeah, I've watched that. Like, that's definitely Wade Boggs, the real Wade Boggs. You can't make that up. There's only one. They're professionals. You couldn't replace them. The real ones, they came in just for like one scene. Whatever happened to the scene, that's really them. Like Kevin McHale. There's no other Kevin McHales. There's no other Wade Boggs. No. You can't just have an actor show up and pretend to beat him. Like you can't. It's not like South Park where people can fake the voices, like the celebrities are like impersonated. No, this is not a cartoon. Yeah, so you can't fake it. It's a real Wade Boggs, the real Kevin McHale. That's the way that went. It's not a voice. A cartoon, you can fake it all the way. TV, no, you can't fake that. Especially, you want to film this in a way and make it seem like you're really in Boston. Wow. Like the Kevin McHale episode, I think they really go to Boston Garden. You can't fake that. But, well, definitely the inside of Cheers, not in Boston. Right. So they definitely made Wade Boggs come to LA. Definitely did. Well, right. And then do a scene where they actually pants him. I guarantee you when they went cut, he laughed his freaking head off because that's funny. It's funny. I laughed my freaking head off when I saw that they pants him, and I actually realized it was the real Wade Boggs. I knew who he was because I'd seen him hitting on the Red Sox against the Yankees. Right. Well, that really is the guy. That looks like the guy out of his uniform. It definitely does. Yep. Wasn't the set, and I believe the Sam Malone character did, in a fictional sense, play for Boston. Well, he's got a bar in the Boston area. Who else would he play for? Right. Yeah, to still be a well-known ex-player in the area, he'd have to have played for Red Sox. Uh-huh. But he's not real. He's a fictional guy that never really made it because it's before closers became a thing. There's a point where closers were a thing, and there's a point before they were a thing. Right. And the Sam Malone character was in the world before closers were a thing. Right. Yeah. Before you had to have the best. Right. Right. Before you had the Mariano Rivera's and the guys around him. Right. Even like Trevor Hoffman is fucking phenomenal. Right. Because he came in right after Rivera. So everybody that followed Rivera, you're like, holy shit, you see that closer? It's bringing in smoke. Right. And there are a few guys that stand out before Rivera, like Goose Gossage was one of those guys. Great closer. But, you know, there's a period before closers were really a thing. And that's when the Sam Malone character is from. Like the 70s, they weren't a thing. It's great to have a good one. Like Dennis Eckersley was a great early closer. One of the best of all time. He fit in the top 20. Hell yeah. Right. Just like you see real bands, and I bet all the characters, except for Matt Dillon's character in Singles, were real. Right. There's no solo artist. He was in Citizen Dick, but guarantee you that wasn't his first band. Right. Right. So he's kind of like the scene so artist that he had Citizen Dick at the time, but maybe that wasn't the first band he was in or trying to be in. Right. So he's kind of a soul artist that they didn't have those things. That's why he's not a real character. He's a great character, but he's not real. Everybody else is probably real. Right. Well, it's a Hollywood version of it, written by a brilliant person. Yeah. One of Cameron Crowe's best fucking movies. He does some amazing movies. He does. Definitely does. Real underrated director. That is one of his best. You can tell a story, but you have to bring a little fakeness in. Just a smidge. It's Hollywood. You got to put it in there somewhere. And then everything else can be real. Those are real live performances by the real bands. I guarantee you, everybody watching in that audience was a real person in the scene, except for Matt Dillon's character. Right. That's what kind of holds the story together. It's great. You have to kind of have at least one fictional person because it's a movie in the land of Hollywood. Yeah, the land of fakeness, pretty much. Their fakeness goes way back. I mean, there's that Frank Zappa song called Plastic People. They are the plastic people. Mm-hmm. They're fake, right? So you have to carry a little bit in that when you're dealing in the land of real. Yeah, that's the way that goes. I mean, I go back and in modern day, recent days, I haven't paid that much attention to old timers games till recently, right? But I remember back in the day, they'd have like Whitey Ford at old timers games. It was freaking great. All the old players that ain't really around no more died, right? They're like, wow, Whitey Ford's pitching against who would be up there like, wow, it's Reggie Jackson against Whitey Ford. Holy cow. You're like, wow. Holy shit. When those guys used to come. Right. Holy cow. Or one was alive and one's still alive, right? They're both alive and they used to come and you're like, wow. Holy. Or even I think I once saw when Yogi Berra and Steinbrenner made up, him and George made up. I think Yogi was at one of those old timers games. That was great, man. Man. I think still playing catcher. Oh, yeah. Some of these guys stay in shape. They keep on playing, kids and grandkids and all that. And that's how they get to come to these old timers games. Right. And that's special. It is. I got pissed. I'm not showing you a video. 2 fucking minutes. Hold tight. I had to go outside or something. I play a video, sure. All right. Did everybody find my joke song hilarious? No who? No you. It was meant as a joke. I hope everybody loved it and laughed their ass off. That's right. No you. Yeah. nobody else would attend what I'm talking about next live because I'm just going to screen record both and deliver Talking with Dr. Heath, the final chapter. Or maybe not, but the final for now. Yeah, we're going to do part 4 of The Psychopathic Mind. Back-to-back spaces. I'm going to be his co-host in space number 1. Space number 2 is going to focus on the industry of horror in the modern era that it gained influence, thrash metal songwriting, and things like that. That's what it's going to do. The music from horror movies. Right. In a sense, it's psychopathic. Right. Especially those slasher films. They want you to scare the living hell out of you as the psychopath comes lunging for you. He's hunting you down, man. It's happening right now. And it's very psychopathic. The music they choose. The music scares the living hell out of me. I hear that music in my head. After I see the movie, I'm like, that music again, damn you, John Carpenter. You're in my head with your music, man. Scaring the living hell out of me. I don't even see anybody with a knife. I just hear your music. Right. It's great. Wow. If you're going to write the Ramones effect of slasher, the thing that influences the entire industry, not the first slasher film, well, the first few got the ground rolling. It didn't influence everybody in the entire world to make one. That's Halloween. That needed something really scary. I mean, I've seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It doesn't really have any much scary music in its score. Like hearing him turn on the chainsaw was really scary enough. You didn't need much of a score. Like all you need was a chainsaw and screams of terror. And that's all you really need with him. I don't need to do that. Yeah. Right. Right. They weren't dealing with a music genius like Carpenter. In those early films, it was like directing slasher in the dark almost because they just had a flashlight and they didn't know where to go with it. Right. Nobody was like, this way, showing them the way, like Halloween. So it's kind of like they were kind of just going their own pace, creating in the dark, which can be fun and interesting, and create unique movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's no slasher film like it. And I think Black Christmas was one of the other slasher films. I haven't seen that one. I don't know if I want Christmas ruined forever. But I'm sure just like Texas Chainsaw, it's unique and doesn't really have a model to copy like right after Halloween. So it's probably absolutely so different and so unique in its own way and maybe somewhat similar. Who knows? Maybe John Carpenter saw it and got a few small ideas. Right. You can get influenced while watching something without totally stealing complete ideas from it. Right. And that's why you watched it, to see a great horror film and maybe have it influence you. That's why there were slasher films, the pioneers prior to Halloween. The guys that had the flashlight and were kind of maneuvering in the dark. Didn't really have a beaming light from a street light above, showing it the way. Right. Yeah. It just had the flashlight that it was holding. Harder to do. I'll be here for 15 more minutes or something. All right, now I'm going to talk about some of that, maybe on YouTube drama and Old Timers Day with the puppets. All right, now let me think of something. Want to say some Holy kidding because I'm sure he'll see it. Jonathan Chamberlain did show up because he knows he's getting fat and he can't play anymore. We're just kidding. We're only joking around with him in case he sees this. That's why he didn't go Old Timers Day. Also, could be scheduled and not invited. Possibility. But I'm sure if he put on a uniform and showed up, they would have been like, get behind the mound. Or just, yeah, that's right, know you. Maybe he's out of practice. Who the hell knows? We were only kidding when we said before. It's a joke. No, you up in smoke. Yeah, that's right. I'm here to say the family emergency thing with Jeter was fake. He was lying. Because these days, he's a broadcaster and a lying liar. No, you lied because all you do is lie. You're Helen Lies. That's now your middle name. Because you're Butter, Dirty Line Cutter. That's right. And since when do you know anything about sports? You don't. No, you. God damn it. No. Since when do you know about sports? You don't know shit. You dick. Yeah, that's right. No, you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Even beautiful Don knows more sports than lying, brainless Helen. Yeah, that's right. No, you. Stick to business, Sean. Yeah, that's right. No, you. Derek Jeter has no history of lying. Helen has history of lying. Lying all the time. He thinks he's a beautiful liar. What a piece of shit. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, baby. No, you. At least I'm not a doxer. No, you. Yeah, that's right. Allegedly. You keep on talking. I'll dox you, Helen. No, you. We only kid around here. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. No, you. Yeah, that's right. TV could have been right about Reggie Jackson. That he's too many important things right now, or he could have been like, I haven't practiced it in years, or could I be lying? Yeah, that's right. No, you. I love the Old Timers game. Miss the guy George Steinbrenner. He was damn amazing. Yeah, that's right. George was there in spirit. Yeah, that's right. No, you. All right, and all right, one more puppet will be here now. Wait, two more. I'm just gonna have this one be because you can make the next puppet anything, and I can't believe I can't find the other puppet. Oh man, can't be. Yeah, man. Hold on, people. I mean, that was right. Wow. All right. Hello, Kenny. I didn't watch the Old Timers game because I slept in, and I don't even like baseball, so fuck the Yankees. No, you. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was doing wake and bake. And fucking Yankees suck. Yes, me aggro. What's up? Go Cardinals. Fuck the Yankees and fuck you. No, you. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Sean. All right, you're there, baby. All right. Yeah. I wonder where is that aggro guy? Yeah, that's right. I don't know, man. Maybe he got busy. Yeah. I need more water. That's right. I was holding this front was off camera before. I was supposed to start at 11:30. 2 minutes late because I had camera problems. I finally figured it out. Settings. That's right. No one's commented for a while. I guess nobody wants to come up here. All right. Guess so. All I gotta say. All right. It's all right. It's all right. If you have an X account, tomorrow night, I'll be live at 10 on X talking about movies that became plays or plays that became movies. Both. And movies that became plays that became movies also. They do make movies with the play actors, even if it was already a movie like the producers. Your favorite 80s soundtrack, and also 80s based movies that have really great soundtracks, like The Wedding Singer has an amazing soundtrack, even if it wasn't made in the 80s, feels like it was. Because the songs they put in are so authentically 80s. Right. What they got. Are you really gonna hurt me? Iconic for the 80s. Right. And so many others in that movie. Oh. Love Stinks. Yeah. So 80s. It really is so 80s. Oh, all the Cure song they're playing there. That's an 80s track. Boys Don't Cry. I mean, come on, man. That's classic. Man, it absolutely is. It's 1985, so the Van Halen shirt he has might be a Van Hagar shirt. Right. Mm-hmm. That wouldn't matter. The first CD players are out and they cost hundreds. Right. Maybe even thousands, I think. Different than later on. Right. In the 90s when they would only cost $200. Right. Well, you know, the early CD players, when CDs first came out, and the cost wasn't down yet because it was brand new. Only rich people could afford them. Right. That's why the guy that's doing good in the bomb market, oh my God, playing an 80s character in an 80s based movie, had some money for that, right? Everybody else has a record player or transistor stereo, right? He's got his fancy head of the time music player on the new kind of music recordings. Right, that were introduced in like 1984 that nobody really has yet. Only a few people, like the super rich. People that he wants to become. They have these things. Oh yeah, all my friends have a CD player. It's the next thing. Only the super rich people have them. Suck it up, poor fuck. Get out of the way. That's them, those CD player people. That brought one right away. The minute CDs came out, 1984, they brought a CD player. Right. What is probably more expensive than 1985 or 1986, right? Then they got Born in the USA on CD. Right. They also got a vinyl copy in case the CD thing was a fad. Right. Because vinyl been around forever. They don't know. It might go out of style one day. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to pin it. All right. I'll do it right now. No, you. I'll do the scroll back. It's quite all right. No volume on. I won't make I won't have that. If anybody's watching, no. All right, it is pinned. Maybe see it. It is pinned. Yeah. Well, I think next Old Timers game, it may not be celebrating any class of those guys. You never know, Mr. Strawberry might be showing on through. I'm sure Daryl still practices. Maybe plays catch with his kids and all that. Right? Maybe they go batting cages together. Who knows? Sure, not all pass it down hereditarily. Maybe you just do it to have fun. Who knows? I would love to watch that. He's on some of those teams. I went to the Yankees Fest when they still had those. Now it's in, because of the pandemic and all that, now tied to Fanatics Fest, which sucks. When it was great and it was free in Little Italy. Strawberry was one of the speakers at the fest. Gooden was supposed to be with him, the doc, but he couldn't make it. I think he had to cancel because he wasn't feeling well or something. Mookie Wilson was in his replacement. That's cool. I got to meet Mookie, got a picture with him and everything. I was a Mets fan at some point, especially in 1986. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay, moving on. Right. And there's an interview, everything with Daryl, Mookie a little bit too. Yeah. And you got to ask some questions at the end. And I asked, what were your favorite years as a Met and a Yankee? And I'll close with this before I put outro stuff and all that. Daryl said, oh, with the Mets, when we won the championship, 86. So what about the Yankees? Every year. Every year. Not one particular, every year. I guess that's the difference between the Yankees and the Mets. Every year. I think Strawberry was on the team even when they lost in 97. He said every year was great. Every year. Yeah. All right, I'll wind up some outro shit right now, and then, yeah. Go on my YouTube back and channel. Every year was great. Every year. Not one, every. Still funny. I was the only one laughing. Few people he even laughed. These guys said it. He's not a comic, so he can laugh. It's the only joke he said. He can laugh. He thought it was funny. It was funny too. Everybody did. Okay. Okay, I was trying to put together a sports podcast of some kind. I'll end with that. It's only 3 fucking minutes. This was sports related. Similar to this. Maybe this was try out what the thing I selected. You can make different mix ups of stuff. So I'll show you this one. Shown it many. It's only 3 minutes, and then I'll end. Cool. That's right. See you guys. That's right. No, you. All right. I'll see you. That's right.
Friday night, what you gonna get? Saying yo, yo. Grab a ball, grab a beer. It's time for Kenny's show. Help me, Kenny, I'm gonna do it. You might be Kenny, you might someday. It's time for the Kenny show. He don't say much, but you'll never know. I see what I hear. Peter called me once again to remind him he's a queen.
I'll use that.
Hello, douche. who's calling right now? Hold on, I'm gonna put you both on. Who the heck is this? Hold on. Kenny, what's going on?
What's happening, man?
Who is this? Who are we speaking to?
You're speaking to me, Kenny.
Oh,
Kenny,
God.
the star of the show on Thursday.
There he is. Kenny, what's going on, man? We got a
What's
guest
happening,
coming
man?
on.
We have a guest literally that's going to come
You
on.
want
in
to
a
call?
minute,
You
so
want to call
back.
after?
Okay, yeah. I'll
Call
listen
back
to
at about
your interview.
10:30, Kenny.
Okay, call back in 1 hour, you're saying?
Yes.
Fine
about
with
an
me.
hour.
I'll still be up.
Oh, look at that, Kenny. Just don't drink and don't smoke. Okay?
Okay, it was.
Oh my God, what was that?
Jesus, I don't know, man.